Elon's Twitter purchase explodes with his China business dealings. Should we be worried? I break down what the issue is at hand and what the core argument is on the internet. Plus, I speak with Brett Kingstone, CEO of Max King Realty, on his take with Governor DeSantis' fight against woke Disney, the fight to free Americans from Marxism. Welcome to China Insider. I'm David Zhang. It's true, Elon Musk has business ties in China. Tesla opened a showroom in Xinjiang, where Chinese authorities have targeted Uyghur Muslims and other religious minority groups in a campaign the US government has referred to as a genocide. It's also true that Beijing attempted to crack down on Tesla last year by starting a feud among citizens driving Teslas and calling it bad quality. It led to boycotts on Tesla and calling for more domestic electric vehicle production to be sold instead. And along with recalls, Elon's SpaceX satellite has a complaint from China for its close contact with Chinese astronauts. In fact, in Shanghai right now, the factory for Tesla, the Gigafactory, is shut down due to COVID. Elon's China venture has been a bumpy one. But Elon has openly praised China as well. For now, we hope that he has learned the lessons about the Chinese regime. And Jeff Bezos seems to think that Elon can navigate the censorship from Beijing well after initially questioning if the Chinese government has more control over Twitter now. Tesla's second biggest market in 2021 was China after the United States, and Chinese battery makers are major suppliers for Tesla's EVs. After 2009, when China banned Twitter, the government there has almost no leverage over the platform, but now some people on the left and some people online have concerned about if Elon Musk's dealing with China could become some sort of a leverage for the Chinese regime over its control of Twitter. But I think the key point is that Twitter is banned in China. So does the Chinese Communist regime really need to leverage this with Elon over propaganda bots on Twitter? Of course, we have no indication to report to you today that this may be the case. Can it happen? Of course it can. But it is precisely a litmus test to Elon's true intention for buying Twitter. There's a real possibility that his Chinese operations may suddenly find themselves in regulatory hot water if he doesn't cooperate with Beijing on its overseas propaganda army being more prominent on Twitter. And if he does cooperate, well then on the other hand, the US Congress will call him in next. But Elon is not showing any indications that he will cave to China on Twitter. And rationally speaking, it doesn't make sense for a free speech absolutist to cave to Chinese communist censorship if all he spends his money on is to buy Twitter away from the existing environment of censorship in the first place. And some people are worried that pro-CCP accounts will flourish on Twitter. Well, they have been. In fact, the Iranian supreme leader and members of the Taliban have also been on Twitter. Yet at the moment, it seems only the conservative politicians or those prominent figures are the ones who actually get banned or suspended, rather than the CCP. So it's not like as if the current Twitter environment is any better. And now people are defending censorship on Twitter as if democracy depends on censorship. Act itself seems like communism to me. So I think it's jumbling of various different ideas together to try to confuse the viewers and readers that Elon is doing a bad thing to buy Twitter, using China as a scapegoat here. When in fact, billionaires with Chinese ties have been doing business in China all these years. It somehow only mattered when Elon Musk bought Twitter. Of course, there's no excuse about the fact that Elon Musk's China market for Tesla and potentially for SpaceX is worrisome for politicians. Last year, Republicans worried that Beijing could exploit connections with Tesla and SpaceX to gain access to classified information. And I think the best way to approach this situation is not to blend issues together, but to approach them separately. Elon's business in China is one thing, and his Twitter buying is another. At the same time, we see a double standard. Again, not excusing Elon's China deal, but are electric cars good unless it's Elon Musk's Tesla, and are billionaires buying a media company okay unless it's Elon Musk, and corporations can go and influence politics when it's bad if the other side does it, and human rights abuses in China, no one has talked enough about it. To watch our full episode, join us on epochtv. The China threat is real, and our show seeks to expose it. But we cannot do so if big tech is unwilling to spread our words and suppresses our reach. That is why epochtv was created, where truth and freedom from censorship thrive. You will find our full episodes on epochtv as well as investigative documentaries and a variety of programs. Join us now with the link in the description below for just $1. See you there.